Yeah, but for us, it was also we spent 3 weeks with the fire department here before we wrote the pilot. Yeah. And that when you do a 24-hour shift with the fire department, I think the biggest thing that clicked for us was you go out on a call, the bells ring, and you get this minimal description of information of what you're going to. I mean, it'll literally say, man down from unknown causes. And that could be a drunk guy in the street, or it could be a guy fell off of a billboard, or it could be somebody got hit by a train on the L tracks. And so you race up there, you have 3 minutes to get there, and then you get out and you don't know what you're walking to. Yeah. And we thought, okay, that could be that's a show. The characters, all the bells go off, you have to put your differences aside and go to this crazy call. That wouldn't have happened had we not spent a lot of time with the firefighters.
How do you keep upping the stakes? How do you keep finding more, catastrophes to happen?
I have a great writing staff. That's the best answer I can give. Andrea Newman and Michael Gilveri are my head writers. I got Matt Whitney, Michael O'Shea, Jamila Daniel, Ron McCants, and that's part of the job. We come together as a room back in June and start pitching half a season, and part of the job is, how do we top ourselves? What can we do differently? By this time we've done 400 variations of a car wreck. So how do you make either a new story, or what's the story within the story? Okay, sure, you can have a car wreck, but what happened inside that car wreck? Those are the kind of things we try to pull out and keep surprising people. That's, to me, the key to writing, is even in the comedy scenes, you have to surprise people. We had in our premiere this year, we had a new paramedic named Chad Collins, right? And his whole shtick was that he was not very good at his job, good-looking guy, and Melch was trying to figure out how he knew him. And then he flips open a magazine, and he's an underwear model. And we thought, in the way that Chicago Fire works, we're going to go now make fun of him for being that. And he plops the magazine down, and he autographed, and Chad Collins is like, oh, he gets this all the time, whatever. And so to me, that was funny because it's surprising, right? You thought it was going to be this, and it's that. So even within, you have to do shocking moments even within comedy or drama or romance or thriller, those stories. And he said, if you come at it honestly and not as a gimmick and not as a cheat, if you come at it and you write it from an honest place, then the audience will go with you, and they might be mad at you, and they might be upset from a grieving standpoint, but they'll follow the story.
The cast chemistry off camera sometimes influence you to write things on camera? Like maybe you weren't going to put them together, but just they're just such great chemistry off camera that you're like, yeah we got to do this.
For sure. You see the way they interact, and you want to write towards it. And you see their personalities, and you want to write towards it. And I think it's funny when you're on a long-running show, and you're doing long seasons, you can't help but do that, because otherwise then they're playing against type for so long that it will end up not being realistic. I think if I wrote an 8-episode show with a beginning, a middle, and an end, like an HBO show, then you can hire an actor that you want to play evil who's not really evil, or you want to play those kind of things, but not when you're doing long series, in my opinion. And it makes sense from a writing standpoint to take advantage of a gifted comedian, or somebody who gets flustered easily, or somebody who's a little bit nerdy. Those kind of things end up influencing the characters for sure.